Welcome back everyone to a rather warm Saturday morning here at the Big Top. I think temperatures are going to get up into the 80s today. We bought just a couple things here at the beginning of the day. We got some DS games. We had a young kid come in and was going to give us the games, and my wife was like, no, we'll buy them from you. It was actually some pretty good stuff, some 3DS and DS stuff. We got Animal Crossing New Leaf. We got Snoopy's Grand Adventure. We got Pokemon Ranger. We got Dragon Quest Rocket Slime, pretty cool game. We got Metroid Prime Pinball, and I think there were like three $3.99 games that we gave like $1 for because they were kind of cheap. We then went out and looked at the lady that I bought those PS1 games from like 2 weeks ago. She had some more stuff. These PS1 games were $2 a piece. We got Die Hard Trilogy Complete, copy of Rayman Complete. We've got Tenchu Complete, Air Combat Complete, and Need for Speed High Stakes Complete. And then one of the other vendors really close to her had another game. Unfortunately, it's missing the manual, but I think we've got a copy of this already. That is Manhunt for the original Xbox. Guys, once things start picking up again, I'll let you know. Well, gentlemen, I worked out a deal online earlier this week. Came in, brought me a ton of stuff. It was mostly PS3 games. Here are some of the better things that we got. Ghostbusters, loose copy of Dark Cloud for the PS2, Dragon Ball Z for the PS1. These two PS3 games are factory sealed. We've got a couple DS games, 2 Game Boy Advance SP001. Really happy to get these because they go out pretty darn quick. Really nice copy of Star Wars 2, Knights of the Old Republic. A couple more original Xbox games. We've got some couple Wii games, a few 360 games, and a whole bunch of PS3 games. At this point, my wife has cut me off from buying this week, so hopefully nothing really good is going to come in because I am going to be definitely torn. Well, it is 12:30. We're sitting at 171. Not too bad. Some of the best stuff we've sold here in the last few hours. We sold Lego Jurassic World for the Wii U. We sold Devil Summoner Overclocked for the 3DS. We sold 3 PC games for $15, some of the older stuff. Then we sold Batman Rise of Senzu for the PS2 Complete. So guys, once things start picking up again, I'll let you know. Well, this is something I really don't do a lot of, is buy comic books. This is like 238 comics. I paid $100 for them. I know for a fact this is like a $50 to $60 comic by itself. There's a whole bunch of 10, 12, and 15-cent comics in here as well, which is really cool. You know, stuff from the 60s. Really neat to see this stuff. So yeah, it's actually pretty cool. Well, it is 2 o'clock. We're sitting at $2.95. Not too bad, but unfortunately we still have spent more than we have taken in today, but sometimes you got to do that. A couple of the better things that we have sold today. We sold Call of Duty Black Ops 2 for the PS3 Complete, Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D for the 3DS Complete, and we sold a Wii system with 4 games. Something else worth mentioning, we picked up a copy of Knack for the PS4, and we also took in about 120 DVDs. So guys, once things start picking up again, I'll let you know. So here is the wrap-up for Saturday. As you can see, we're already at home. We got out of there as quickly as we could because it was pretty darn hot today. Probably the hottest it's been in months, probably in the mid-80s, but for Florida, that's pretty darn hot. Ended up at $365. Here's just a few things we sold. Some of the better stuff we sold. We sold Mace Dark Ages for the N64, Super Mario World for the Super Nintendo. We've had that for a while. Can't believe it's lasted as long as it has. We sold Minecraft and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 for the PS3, and Lego Star Wars Complete Saga for the Wii. So now, guys, stay tuned for Sunday. Welcome back, everyone, to a super hot Sunday midday. Currently, it is 12:30. We're sitting at 248. It has been just super packed. Unfortunately, I think I'm going to be putting the title of this video Bye, because it seems like that's all we've been doing this weekend. A few things that we sold that were really good. We sold an N64 with expansion with Donkey Kong 64. Then Jamie came back and picked up a Donkey Kong Country 2, just a box for the Super Nintendo. He also picked up Assassin's Creed 1 and 2. Then somebody came in and picked up Halo Wars and Halo Reach for the 360. Then somebody came in and picked up our PS3 Slim, the 160 gig hard drive version with a free game. So guys, once things start picking up, I'll let you know. I am now going to show you all the stuff that we just took in. So guys, here is the first lot of stuff. This is the more common stuff that's in the back. We've got NES, Super Nintendo, Genesis, a couple PSP, Sega CD, and some GameCube games. Here is the really good stuff out of this lot. Pretty dang crazy. Look at that. Shadowrun, complete in box for the Genesis. Mario Party 6, Billy Hatcher. The Mask is not too bad. Here are some kind of obscure Genesis games. Unfortunately, didn't even realize that my wife was checking these in. I think that's a reproduction, but that's okay. We've got Beast Wrestlers. High Seas Havoc's another pretty good one. Wizard of Oz. There is Conan for the NES. Pyramid. A couple really decent Genesis games, like $20 games. Two different Castlevanias. We've got Captain Planet and Jungle Book. And guys, here is the stuff that I got from Thomas, one of my guys that I deal with buying stuff all the time. Nothing like spectacular. We've got like 4 360 controllers, which are nice. Some PS1 games. Whole bunch of NES games. The best thing is I got like 6 to 8 Mario Brothers Duck Hunts. Sometimes I don't know why, it's just been really hard for us to get those in. It's really nice to see that many come in at one time, because they definitely will sell. We got some Super Nintendo, just a couple 2600 games, nothing spectacular. We got some GameCube games. Yep, we've got another 3DO. He's had this one for a while. He promised me that it did work. All the hookups and a controller. Best thing is we got a few games for it as well. We got like 2 copies of Shockwave 2, 1 Shockwave, and a couple of others. Well guys, it is 2 o'clock. We're sitting at 384, not too bad. Still haven't recovered though from all the stuff that we've bought. A few things we've sold here in the last few hours. We sold the original Crash Bandicoot. It was a loose copy for the PS1. They also picked up GTA San Andreas for the PS2 complete. We sold Super Mario 64 and Elmo's Number Journey. Then somebody picked up Crash Team Racing complete in box, really good copy also for the PS1. So guys, if anything else sells, I'll let you know. Alright guys, here is the wrap-up portion of the video. On Saturday we did $365, Sunday we did $491 for a grand total of $856, which is awesome. Unfortunately, we spent more than we sold this weekend. Again, sometimes you have to do that. I'm almost positive that the first 2 weeks of January, right after Christmas, we did gangbusters. So we wanted to try to stock up on some really good stuff, you know, some amazing stuff come in. I didn't want to pass up on it. All the DVDs we bought were for the store once we finally get that opened up, which still right now is kind of dragging with them having to put a firewall in the store on 2 different walls. They're having to completely rip those walls out and throw something in and put the walls back up. It's definitely taken longer than we thought it would, so it's probably looking to the first or second week. We're hoping in January they're going to be able to open the store up. Just a couple of things that we sold on Sunday, since I didn't really do a wrap-up on Sunday. We had the older gentleman come in, picked up all the RPGs that he had set aside. We've been holding them for about 3 or 4 weeks for him, but you know, he's a pretty good guy. He's bought a lot of stuff from us, so I didn't have a problem holding them for him. They were Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance games. We had 3 loose Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance games. They were Lufia Legend Returns, Dragon Warrior 1 and 2, and Roland's Curse. Then he picked up Sigma Star Saga complete in box for the Game Boy Advance, which was awesome. He's been a really good customer, so it was, you know, didn't have a problem at all holding the items for him. So now, guys, I'm going to show you a few things that we got, or I got in the mail. First is a game that I first saw on Reggie Williams, which is Radical Reggie. If you ever watch Metal Jesus' videos, he's on his channel from time to time. He mentioned this game, said it was a really awesome adventure game. I did some research and found out that for a complete in box copy, it was only like $5. Well, I went one step further, got a sealed copy for $8 with free shipping on eBay. That is a Tokobot Plus. It looks really cool, kind of a 3D, maybe adventure platformer. Really happy to get this game, and you know, I will bust this game open. I'm not going to keep it sealed when I'm ready to play it. Still got tons of stuff for me to play before I get to this, but yes, this will be opened at some point. Then I had a couple things come in that I was really happy to get. I missed these in the limited run when they originally came out, but when limited run games did their kind of surplus, they sold off all their surplus, I was able to get these games, and I think they just came in today. We've got a copy of Dragon Fantasy, The Dark Tome of Ice for the PS4. And I got the same for the PS Vita. really happy to get these. I'm really not going to pass up on RPGs from limited run when they come out. I really wanted Firewatch, and I can't remember the other game that came out, but there was 2 of them. Didn't really have the money to buy those, so I unfortunately had to pass on those. But, you know, that's just how it goes sometimes. And the last item, you guys knew I was not going to pass up on this game. We got it in this weekend. There's just no way I wasn't going to pick this one up for myself. I'm going to have to pick some stuff out to replace this the money amount so we can put that stuff in the store. But yes, I did pick up the complete in-box copy of Shadowrun for the Sega Genesis. Extremely happy to get this, as I probably 6 months to a year ago when that Super Nintendo version of Shadowrun came in, I let it go and I said, well, I'm going to get it the next week. Well, that weekend it sold, so I missed out on that one. So guys, thanks again for watching.